Coming to you live in stunning 160p resolution. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day in episode... Welcome to episode 130 of the Destiny Down Under podcast. My name is Log Power Slave, and as always, I am joined by Mylan Games, who is cackling away at me, fucking up the intro, and Sloth, who is has his serious pants on today. He's been very organised. I've got to give the big man credit. He's been going through the news. It was kind of off-putting, actually.
Yeah,
I feel like he might be after my job.
Well, to be honest, you have been goofing up all the intros, but even today's goof up was not as, it still doesn't trump that. I can't even remember what you did. I just remember.
No, I know. I remember what it is.
It was just the race call one where I just had no punctuation and it was awful.
You sure about that? You sure that was the issue? Log, you sure you didn't fucking say, "Oh, I really love Kanye" instead of saying, "I really love Keanu"?
That was halfway through the podcast last week, you tit.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, your mic is clicking too, so sort your shit out.
I can't hear the clicks.
Oh, I can. Bothering me.
Can you?
Test 1, 2, testing.
No, it's fine now. Whatever. Maybe it's just my attentive nature that allowed me to say it. Anyway, welcome to another week of the fucking podcast, dudes. How are you doing? What has been happening this week? We'll start with Matt because I abused him because he brought porridge into the line of the camera immediately before the show started, and I said, "Why the fuck are you eating porridge? It's gross."
I've just been for a run and I just made myself a bowl of porridge, and this is why, right? Fucking listen up. So I don't know if I spoke to you guys about this, but I did tweet it. My dad went through some really bad heart shit. He basically needed a couple of stents put in his heart. He was like pretty fit. He's running. He had like chest pain from running. And he's like, I wonder what this is about. Checked his heart. Fucking nearly all of the arteries going to the heart were almost completely blocked. Like he was very close to catastrophic heart attack. His mum's had a heart attack at like 60. My fucking Italian family are the worst. High blood pressure, bad cholesterol. My mum's dad died at 40 from a heart attack. So my parents like, you need to go check like your bloods. I'm like pretty, I wouldn't say really healthy. Like I eat pretty healthy. I've definitely put on weight, but like I've been training like 5 times a week for the last couple of months. And all that kind of stuff. I'm a fat YouTuber, but yeah, all my bloods are fucked, man. Genetically, all my cholesterol's like way too high. Everything. So porridge apparently has got lots of soluble fiber, absorbs cholesterol. It's meant to be really good for you.
So porridge is good for you.
And you said that was meant to make us feel bad?
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad. My family's much like Matt's.
I'm making fun of you because it's fucking fun to make fun of you.
Anyway, go look after your health, boys. Go to the doctor, check it out. You never know.
Mylan, you gonna bring out you got a porridge endorsement lined up? Fucking Mylan Games and Uncle Toby's partnership going
I am literally going to start my next law podcast, next law episode going, this porridge.
Uncle Toby's.
What's it? Christ. I need to pick a US porridge brand though. What's
Uncle Toby's has
is that US as well?
It is in the US.
I think Uncle Toby's is eternal at this point.
Uncle Toby's is a hive god.
Yeah, it's either that or it's the Vex. It's written itself into the laws of reality. It's just in there. There you go. Uncle Toby's in the Vex. Who knew? 3 minutes into the podcast, we're already fucking carrying on. Slothy, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, well, I mean, in all honesty, this week's been a bit of a lot of an off week, actually. Streaming wise, I think I've only done 3 streams this week because My diabetes is playing up really badly, and I'm all over the shop. I'm sleeping when I shouldn't be sleeping. I'm awake when I shouldn't be awake. I'm fucking not eating, and then I'm eating a lot, and like my blood sugar levels are just bouncing up and down like a yo-yo. And last night I crashed. I actually crashed. I went and picked up the girls from school and missus from work and came home, and I was supposed to take Lindsay to the gym at about 7:45 in the evening, and I ended up had dinner, and then I just racked out on the couch, and I woke up on the couch at about 5 o'clock this morning with a note on the table next to me saying, "Gone to bed. You didn't take me to the gym. Go to bed," or something like that. So,
mate,
yeah,
I
Is there any correlation between your diabetes and your microphone quality?
It is jacked. It's clicking and crapping and carrying on. But have you tried eating more porridge, Sloth? Will porridge help?
No.
Okay.
We are the worst support group. Like, when we're talking about something uber serious, people just give each other shit about it.
Is that better or worse?
What? The
Is
friendship?
that better or worse? No, the fucking microphone. You
It's a
dickhead.
bit better. It's a bit better. But we really are. This is Australian friendship about as close mates as you get, where we're talking about serious life-threatening conditions on two fronts and turning it into a joke. Sloth's gone. Hang on, he's dipped his back.
No, just seeing if that fixed anything.
Well, we need to hook you up with some kind of meal endorsement to get that under control, Sloth.
Mate, you know what? I'd just rather, not take money for money for product placement, because I'm not a fucking sellout bitch like Matt is. But that's beside the point. Yeah.
Oh, that
but
sucks,
lots
dude.
of Destiny this week. Lots of Destiny. Did a very open quotes chill stream playing Iron Banner. And it was actually kind of fun, just sort of chatting away and chatting about Destiny and chatting about things in general. Wasn't anything in particular that really was I had no goals this week, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice sometimes doing that.
Good. Yeah, man. That's basically my life. No goals.
Yeah, it's fucking surprise advertising. You know what? Fuck EA. Fuck their entire board of directors. Fuck everyone who fucking buys into that shit.
Stop.
Fuck you.
Stop.
Who
stop,
started
stop.
that? Doomer? God damn it. Why'd you
God.
start him off
Wait
already?
until we can open up the chat at least and record the chat so
Jesus
that we know who's
Christ.
accountable in the video, all right?
So, Log, what serious health issue do you have to share with the family today?
No, I'm fine. I've had a good week. I did buy a bottle of scotch though, and I was a bit dusty when I woke up this morning. So if there's ever going to be a health related issue with me, it's probably going to be drinking, because that's the thing in my gene pool. It's either heart attacks or being a piss pot.
one year, I want to come down for game 2 of the Origin. And
It's, you know where it is this year, and we really missed an opportunity, Slothy.
It's in
It's in
Perth, right?
fucking Perth. We should have all gone.
I didn't even know.
I mean, it's tomorrow. We've left it a bit late. It's fine. It's fine. Next time it's in Perth.
Wait, is
we'll
it?
go.
It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday game, is it?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Oh shit, eh?
But yeah, no life-threatening ailments for me. Just a fucking couple of big weeks at work as my boss has been away and I've been doing her job and mine, which has been a bit
Dude,
stressful.
you've been saying that for like a year.
Yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks. I mean, it might have been 3 weeks. I don't know. I've lost track. At this point, I'm just surviving. But I did do something interesting yesterday that I kind of didn't intend on doing, but it was a happy accident in that I started a band.
No mistakes.
I
They're
started
only
a
happy
band,
accidents.
and it's a band.
What do you mean you started a band?
I started a band. I started a Destiny community band.
How?
Well, someone tweeted me and they're like, I think it was Kim, Chibi Kim tweeted out, she's like, there should be a Destiny community band, and like had all these people that played different instruments, and they, like Dan Drumstone and all that, you know, like fucking proper good musos and shit. And
So why are you in it?
oh, good question.
I'm so glad that you said that and not me, because if it came from me, everyone was like, oh, it's just Sloth being a dickhead again. But it came from you, and it's a fucking toxic behavior.
But yeah, I kind of went around, kicked around for about 24 hours, and there's like so many people responded to it, like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. So I thought, you know what, fuck it. I reached out I spoke to Dan and like Lego La Flash that's on RezoCast, and Jono that writes, and Nick's in there as well, just to be the voice of reason. And we're going to try
Jono, as in Jono from the band in Ireland that follows us on the cast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, he and I are going to try and write as much as we can. And I've already sent some stuff to Dan. So it'll be interesting. I don't know. I've always looked at like Gamma and the visual art community in Destiny. And they have this like awesome supportive group of people doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, I've looked at it for a long time and gone, fuck, I wish there was something for music like that. And now that like
This is the thing.
I've just chucked the shits and now I'm just going to do it. And I think, I don't know, we might do a vote online, but so far definitely the leading contender for a band name is Dust Rock Blues. So just a straight gun name. There's about 1,000 different guns we could name a band after, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. And fucking M-Tash was like tweeting me this morning. He wants to sing. So, and he can sing.
He can sing. Holy shit, he can sing. Yeah, he really can.
It was like,
Look, I got a lot of time for M-Tash. I think he's a very honest person. Like he can get a bit ragey on Twitter, but
TV can fucking sing too, can't he? Have TV as backing vocals.
But that's, I mean, like the way I'm looking at it is I'm going to start it off because it's going to take someone to start it off. But then from there, I just hope that I can get it to a point where we get people like random people doing random things on every different track we do. Like I don't particularly want to have to do everything all the time, but it's going to take a big boot up the arse to get it moving. So Rage is pretty happy that I've completely flipped back into fucking early 2000s log band tyrant again. You got that look on your face where you're just staring at nothing.
Look at what the art community did, like with Guardiancon. You know, there's a whole artist alley now that just sell, you know, all their Destiny work. If you get the music side of stuff, there might be opportunity to do stuff at Guardiancon.
Well, yeah, like we can have our own alley, and I can just lunge at people with a guitar, just yelling.
Make sure,
it's just a mosh pit. It's just a fucking hardcore mosh pit. Everyone's just like fucking
just slam dancing. Yeah, there you go.
Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you go check out Log's album Akuma, AKUMA, and the album's name is Shrouds of the Final Nothing. There you go. It's on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a listen. Got to throw your mates under the bus. Anyway.
Hey, did anyone watch the Guardiancon Bungie?
Yeah,
we're going to get to later.
I watched as much of it as I reasonably could while I was at work.
Yeah, same.
I was a bit cheeky about it, but I did manage to see the 1 or 2 minutes that absolutely mattered where Dave Samuel got on the mic and live shoutcasted with sound effects.
Oh my God.
Was it funny?
He is a blessing, man. That man, wherever he comes from, I don't even believe that he was like conceived naturally. I think he's just a gift.
I saw Deej reading law, and I'm like, I'm out. It's been a good run, boys. I'm fucking out.
He was sitting in this chair, sort of off to the side, and they just cut to him. He'd read a passage of the law.
I've thought about that as a skit. It's just setting up a leather armchair and just being with the fucking
fire in the background, and a whipped glass of whiskey.
To open up the anthology. Welcome back, Guardians.
You can't do it now because fucking Deej stole it. Or you beat you to it more appropriately.
But I tell you what, so like, we're going to talk about this after the 12, but you know what? Fuck it. I didn't watch it because I was
it's exactly the time you're asleep. So I
was absolutely racked out. But from what I've heard, Dave Samuel's shoutcasting is fantastic. And if you don't know who Dave Samuels is, look him up. He is...
Well, you should know. There's an emote after him. Know.
Yeah, there's an emote.
Yeah, there is an emote
after Taken King? It was Taken King that we first learnt of the Samuels. But yeah, he is just Titan Hammer, and it was... What was the sound of it? One was the Titan Hammer, one was the Maya.
And then like the tickly fingers and all that sort of thing. And the bow, yeah. But
Yeah, two fingers bow, Titan hammer.
He is the most he's the most enthusiastic individual in Bungie. And that's saying something because like he's it's
I don't
exciting.
know.
He's such a good
there's
dude.
just something beautifully childlike about the whole thing, and I think it speaks to everyone on a basic level. When you used to run around in the backyard throwing sticks at shit, going.
If anyone from Bungie does listen or watch the cast, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like he has a Twitter. Give him a hug, please. Like he's. I want to shake his hand. I just want to say you yeah. Anyway, so Dave Samuels, Dylan Cosmo, Damage rather. Dylan fucking eating 40 pieces of bread.
No, it's one for every $1,000 that they got donated. I think so.
Wasn't it? Was it one-off thousands or was it for every 1,000?
I thought it was for every 1,000.
Well, he couldn't have eaten fucking.
I don't think he ate 400 pieces of bread.
300.
But they did make the stretch goal for 400k, which they got that when they go to Guardiancon in a couple of weeks, he has to cosplay as bread.
That's so funny.
So, there you go. Don't know what to make of that.
What would that cosplay look like? You think he would just be a big loaf of bread?
Have you ever seen the video game I Am Bread?
No, that sounds like shit that only did you just make that up?
No, it's legitimately a video game called I Am Bread where you're a piece of bread and you have to get yourself to the toaster or toast yourself in one way, shape or form.
That would be a better bit, like if he was just one slice of bread.
He's just one slice of bread.
I hope he goes as Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy. Powdered Toast Man is something that I have not thought about in a literal decade.
Timely reference. Timely
what
reference.
What is it, Powdered Toast Man?
Powdered Toast Man. He's a hero, man. You'd love him. Always forget that you're too young for this shit.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely watched a bit of Ren and Stimpy, but it wasn't. Oh my!
It's really kind of out there because like you're what 35?
Me 34.
Yeah, you're 34. And Matt's 30, and he's like it's like he's 30 by age, but he's like 20 by his references, by knowledge.
All right, let's do the fucking twab. Seriously, we've like fucking 15 minutes in. Anyway, that guy with like the actual podcast starts. You know what that guy's name is? His name is Mylog Power Sloth.
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't know. Jesus. Someone's created this fucking spoof account. It's called that
spoof account.
I don't know what you call it. Jizz account, fucking piss take account. Good on you, whoever you are, mate. But I applaud that level of piss takery.
Damage ate a fuckload of bread, and Bungie raised $400,000 US.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's incredible.
That's fucking insanity, is what that is. All right, so we'll get in. We'll do the This Week at Bungie. We'll touch on the Lord of Wolves and Luke Smith's comments and all that sort of thing. But hit the button, bud.
Oh shit! Yep.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this week at Bungie, 20th of the 6th, 2019. This week at Bungie, we prepare for Callus's new challenge. If you're reading this at the moment of publication, we're currently live on Guardiancon Charity Marathon stream, hosting a Bungie bounty on all three platforms. Let us know in the comments below if you actually matched up against people from Bungie.
Yeah, I know someone who did. I know someone who did. Mooney.
Who?
Moonvold. And she got the win too. She got the W.
Oh, fantastic. Good stuff.
It's good. It's a bit harder than just matching against Mylan Games and getting the mulligan fucking win there.
Yeah, I know, right? We're being hunted on all three platforms while a menagerie of hosts read off donations, support a great cause, you have lifts and incentives, blah, 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 blah. It's already done and dusted. But yeah. A challenge fit for a Guardian season of opulence is full steam ahead. You've scoured the depths of the menagerie. You've begun your quest for truth and taken the crown of sorrow. Mm-hmm. Our next stop on the roadmap begins with June 25th with Menagerie Heroic Mode. Menagerie Harajimi. I'm fine. Menagerie Heroic Mode is increased power difficulty. Starts at 750, increases to 770. Matchmaking is disabled. You must form a fire team to enter. Weekly curated gameplay modifiers rotating per boss, and unlike normal mode, Guardians can hit a failure state. Extinguish is active. If your team wipes, Callus will send you to orbit. Encounters never repeat. So if you fail to reach 100% progress towards the boss after completing each encounter once, you will be returned to orbit. Heroic mode specific triumphs, rewards, and challenges await you.
I like it.
That's huge.
And you know
The
why
only thing
I
I'd
like
say
it?
is I wish they gave a hint about if the rewards.
Mm.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm guessing it's like armor
why am I doing it? That's the thing, because you're not going to get more than 750. So hopefully it's a really cool aesthetic armor.
Mm.
Or
Well,
an
have you seen the
ornament or
hunter, the shadow hunter armor?
Yeah, it's pretty mean.
It's actually fucking looks really mean.
No,
It
I
looks
haven't actually.
really mean. It looks quite good. So I suppose we'll just have to wait till the 25th of June to see what that goes. So get up to light.
Yeah,
it's
You don't
only
have
this
any
week.
excuses.
It's only this week. And really, like, I think this is good because we've had our time, we've had our fun with Menagerie, like kind of the easy mode, which is really what it is of late, you know, like since it launched, you can kind of roll through there without too much thought. I hope it's fucking really hard, man. I really do. I hope it's
At
really
770, it's going to be a thing.
770.
It's going to be a thing.
What?
It maxes out, like the light level
770.
goes up to 770 of
Jesus.
the enemies. So it's going to be
Jeebus.
rough.
So you're gonna
Like,
have to be max level.
yeah, max level. It sounds like it could actually. You'd have to be
What are you guys sitting at level wise?
746 on my Titan.
I think I'm
which is the highest.
741.
Yeah, I think around 740 as well.
Mm.
Only because I got carried through 2 raids, one by Ninja and one by Sniperton.
Do you at least do them a service of telling them the lore while they fucking backpack you through it?
yeah, no. You know, quick side story. So, Mr. Jay Snobson, your favorite streamer to help you get through the raids, he asked me to help out with his Guardiancon block, and I was like, yeah sure. And at one point, he was like, yeah, we got Marlon here, you know, $20 for a donation to ask a lore question. No donations.
Maybe you've answered them all, Matt. It's because you've answered them all.
Smell like fucking, sandalwood and BO and semen. So
That's
probably
what? It's based on nothing, and you don't have to smell people over the internet. It's the only reason we're all mates.
All right. Big one here, ladies and gentlemen. Bungie are selling a Pride pin for sale in the Bungie store, and all proceeds are going directly to the It Gets Better project. It's a non-profit organization with a mission to uplift, empower, and connect lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer youth around the globe. This year, not only will Bungie continue its tradition of marching in the Seattle Pride Parade as an official sponsor, they've also teamed up with other nearby development studios to create a more united game industry alliance. Not going to read through all of it. If you have a bit of extra cash and you want to support that particular charity, go for it. Buy a pin.
I think it's good that they fucking do this sort of stuff, man. They really lead from the front. Yeah.
Please note, if the Pride collectible pin currently unavailable on the Bungie store, it indicates the item is currently out of stock. We plan, Bungie, to have these available through Pride Month and beyond. If you're interested in snagging one of these pins, but it's not available, make sure you click the email when available option on the portal.
It looks fucking amazing. It looks really good.
To be notified the moment they get back in stock. So
I
check
saw
that
a
out.
lot of people asking for an emblem to come with it so they can display it in game as well.
Yeah, sure. Fuck, why not? Go all out. Go all out.
Emblem.
Yeah, that's huge. That's really good. From there's some FAQs that are going around. Preserving the truth. Members of the Destiny. The fact.
Why have we never said it like that before?
I don't know.
The members of the Destiny, the members of the Destiny player support navigate the help forum daily, spreading helpful tips on how to work around issues of collecting data. Any new surface problems within Destiny 2 this week, they have had some super good advice, on how to keep your truth quest on the right track. Here's their report. The FAQ is in the TWAB, so make sure you check out the FAQ. What is included with the Bungie store purchases of physical editions of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. Digital products will be delivered via email before September 17th, 2019. You will get a digital code for Shadowkeep Deluxe Edition with the Digital Deluxe Edition in-game bonuses. The Digital Destiny 2 Shadowkeep Original Soundtrack. That is for the Digital Deluxe Edition. Players who selected and purchased the no game code option for Destiny 2 Shadowkeep will not receive any codes leading up to September 17th, 2019, but you will receive the bits that come with it that aren't the game. So if you want the collector pieces and all that sort of thing, the exclusive physical collectible bundle contents delivered on or before September 17th, 2019 is the collector's edition exclusive in-game emblem code, the Hive crypto glyph replica, the metal lunar mission container, the lunar mission handbook, the lunar journal, and the artifacts from the Golden Age.
Lunar Journal, 160-page journal, 160 page.
I thought of you when I read that.
Featuring additional story content that is bound with mysterious charms and talismans of Eris Maw.
We're not going to see Matt for another week when it launches because he'll be too busy just reading.
Yep.
The anthology is 110 pages, I think, and that has the entire Books of Sorrow in it, plus the entire story of Last Word.
So,
Plus,
wow.
all these other bits and pieces.
Just a question from Jameer. Any news on getting it from local suppliers in Oz? I would highly recommend for people in Australia, just keep your eye out in JB Hi-Fi and
Probably not,
EB
man.
Games.
Probably
But
maybe JB Hi-Fi.
it's a
EB Games.
I would highly recommend going into your local of those stores or whatever game store that you can find and just ask the question.
Because my shipping, I think I told you last week, was like $120 for the physical collectors.
Yeah.
$120 US, I think.
Yeah.
For the shipping.
That is shit.
But that's shipping. That's shitting. Thanks. Appreciate it. Who should players contact with concerns regarding their Bungie Store physical edition purchase of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep? That is bungiestore.com for the delivery of digital product codes, and it should be directed at orders@bungiestore.com if you would like to send an email. Customer service concerns, make sure you go to eu.bungiestore.com, and the delivery of Bungie Store digital product code should be directed at bungiesupport@brandaccess.com. Do players need to repurchase Destiny 2 on each cross-save platform separately? Destiny 2 will be available to all players as all available platforms for free as Destiny 2 New Light. But if you would like to play Forsaken or Shadowkeep, yes, you do need to purchase them separately on each platform.
I'm just trying to have my brain process again. Read it again for me.
You know what? I read this off the thing and I just went, and I couldn't even concentrate on it then.
Do players need to repurchase Destiny 2 on each cross-save platform separately? Destiny 2 will be accessible to players on all available platforms for free as Destiny 2 New Light. However, players who will need to purchase Destiny 2 expansions, Forsaken, Shadowkeep, for each connected platform in order to get access to that expansion's content. Cross-save will preserve all gear, character, and items across all platforms, regardless of expansion ownership.
So you're not going to have blacked out gear, basically.
By looks of things. Can players?
Okay, so I wonder, because I just said Forsaken. So do you think Black Armory, Season of Drifter, and Season of Opulence comes under Forsaken?
I'm not sure.
Are they going to bundle it?
Forsaken. It will come under Forsaken because at the moment, if you go to the Destiny 2 splash screen, it says Forsaken. We're still in Forsaken. I'm guessing it will come under Forsaken.
Yeah.
Unless they sell it separately, which they may do.
Or do you think it'll just be Forsaken, and then if you want to buy the individual Season of Opulence and whatever you have, I don't know.
I remember the word a la carte being thrown around. So
a la carte was definitely thrown around. So you purchase whatever it is that you need to play.
It's interesting that they just say they only reference like Forsaken is the big expansion, and then that's a yearly expansion, and Shadowkeep is like your expansion.
I think they'll want to whittle away as many silly little things that you have to buy as possible. Like you'll be able to buy one big bundle that'll get you all of the existing content, I imagine. Whether or not it comes with Forsaken or not.
I can't imagine a huge amount of people buying Forsaken and then buying all the little DLCs in between that and Shadowkeep.
Well,
you might as well just bundle them together.
If they did that, that means that you could miss Season of the Drifter and not have to worry about playing through any of the quest lines or anything like that. You could just, whatever.
Well, I imagine people would do that. I think people would just get New Light, and if they like Destiny, they'll just get Shadowkeep.
Yep.
Yeah,
and you know what?
And then if they find a clan and their clans are running old raids, and they'll go back and they'll buy Forsaken.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be it'll be really interesting to see like what the actual sort of community makes of it when we can really get our hands on it. Because I think, like, for me, I'll buy everything on PC. I mean, I already own most of it, and I've already pre-ordered Shadowkeep on PC now.
Excuse me.
But I'm just going to see what happens with. I'm gonna do the New Light thing on the console, and just as I feel like I need to buy shit, then I'll buy it. So,
I think my plan's going to be like, the daily strikes and stuff like that I can sit on the couch and do. Like, I think that's what I'll use New Light for, just doing like daily bounties and that, which I don't want to sit in my office.
Can players merge different characters, items, and tribes from different accounts? Cross-save does not feature any form of account, character, or progress merging. Selecting a set of characters for cross-save does not delete or alter the data of any other character sets. Other character sets will be inaccessible for use as long as the cross-save is active. So what that means is if you have been playing on console since D1 and you ported it over to D2 and then you thought, fuck it, I'm going to move to PC, it's not going to delete your character saves from console if you choose PC as your main cross-save, open quotes, cross-save account. However, you will not be able to access that.
Yeah, you won't get the veteran dialogue and stuff like that. It won't treat you like you. So your character will remain a new character that was created at the time of when it was created. Really, I mean, correct. As much as that's unfortunate, it's I've had a few conversations with people, and it's basically the limit of the system, and it's not something that they've got anyone actively working on. But I think from Bungie's end, they do agree that it would be nice to be able to find a way for people to bring themselves up to where they feel like they should be, but it's just not there quite yet.
Yeah, you're not losing any of your data.
No.
So I actually said this. I actually gave my community the wrong idea, the wrong details. But
well, bums
you will not. Yeah, I know. You will not lose any character data from your other accounts. So if you choose PC as your main account, but you've been playing across all three, you're not going to lose the character data from PlayStation and Xbox. It's just that they won't be accessible if you start cross-save for PlayStation and Xbox and PC.
Yeah, so
does that make sense?
Let me clarify. Let me see if I'm right here. So let's say you do. Okay, so right now for me, I've actually got characters on PlayStation and Xbox, but I haven't touched them forever, right? But this character saves on there, but I'm mainly on PC. So I activate PC cross save, so I can play my PC characters on the PlayStation out there. When I log in, I assume there'll be my old PS4 characters blocked out, but they're still there, and then there'll be a new cross save.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you're talking about on the console, it'll probably just show your PC characters. But if you go onto the website, it'll show if you've got 3 on PC, it'll show the 3 on PC, and then it'll show if you've got 3 on PlayStation, and go, yep, these are the ones on the PlayStation. These are the ones on the Xbox.
So basically, like if I deactivate cross save, my old PlayStation characters are still there. Is that what it means?
Yep. Correct.
Okay. Yeah,
that's how it reads to me, and that's how it looks to me.
They're all stored server side anyway. Like everything in Destiny has always been stored server side. You don't save your character on your
honestly thought it would just wipe whatever you had on.
I thought it would wipe too, and that's what I told my community as well. But no, it does not wipe the character, which is good to see.
That's good.
Will Stadia feature crossplay with Steam and other platforms? Crossplay will not be available for any platform in 2019. We're investigating this feature for Destiny 2, but we have no official announcements to make this time. Stadia is its own
platform.
It is its own platform. It is not cross-save.
Yeah, we spoke about it when we were speaking about it the week after launch.
We thought
We
it was
kind of
PC.
thought it would intermingle with PC, but at the same time, I can understand why they want to keep it separate in terms of both infrastructure and probably there's going to be input latency and things like that are going to be more prevalent on Stadia than they are on PC. And I can see Stadia users getting absolutely fucking skinned if operating in suboptimal network conditions. I'll say that. So
I still don't. I like Stadia is a great idea, and if
it's not for
Bungie
us,
are getting
it's not for Australians.
No,
I'm not worried about
if
it.
Bungie are getting some sort of monetary push from Google to have Stadia, but I have Destiny 2 as one of Stadia's launch titles. Cool, but Stadia, for me personally, like just with the how it runs and all that sort of thing,
we've been over this.
You might as well just have you might as well just have a fucking laptop. I know, Log. I know.
Yeah, that's my plan. Yeah. I'm just playing on the laptop. But,
just play on the laptop.
We'll see what, in 10 years' time, we might be looking at this going, remember when we rode off Stadia? How fucking stupid were we? You don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, look, I just saw some advertising for 5G from Telstra yesterday. So.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yay. Let's get more radiation into our fucking heads. Destiny 2, Season of Opulence.
Chrome
Dome. Just bounces off.
You'd be lucky if you look as good as I do with a bald head, cunt.
I'll never have to worry about it. My pop died at 80 with a full head of hair.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
there are some known issues. I highly recommend checking them out. Basically, the big one that I just wanted to tell you guys about was the raid witches vessel swappers not spawning or not working.
Oh, well, yeah. That old chestnut.
Wait, what happened? Raid witches vessel swappers.
So when you were too holy playing fucking Beat Saber with you were too busy beating off your mate the other week, and Log and I were Log, Nick, Sassy, and all us were doing the raid. The vessel on between Nick and Max and Log and Sassy wouldn't work, so they had to come to us.
The little circle you stand in to shoot.
Yeah. It just didn't work.
What encounter?
It just stopped.
Second last encounter.
The final encounter. The boss encounter. Yeah. So it's making it really difficult to do flawless runs on Crown of Sorrows. Anyway, so there are some fixes that are coming. Rune Bonus 2 not refunding. Vestian Dynasty is dropping a lot. But yeah. But one thing that sort of came up. So 9 hours ago, Luke Smith released a statement about the Wolfpack.
Well, during the
he spoke about it during the stream, which is probably worth retouching on.
Guardiancon stream.
Yeah, where he basically it was the $350,000 fucking stretch goal was to get Luke Smith out there and directly answer for the state of the Crucible with respect to Lord of Wolves. But being Luke Smith, he came out and did what Luke Smith does and basically says it is what it is, and instead of disabling it or anything like that, we're going to let it run its course. We're going to deal with it when we can, and we're going to find a way to give players a little bit of a reward for being brave enough to dip their toe into Iron Banner while the Wolves were at their peak. So I think this is a cool little way of they acknowledge that it is a bit ridiculous. It's not something that is. Like people carry on like it's breaking the game. It's not breaking the game.
It's like a week
it's annoying.
Of Iron Banner anyway. But then obviously Crucible is going to suffer for a little bit until.
Well, I mean, I was listening to you guys play competitive the other night, and you guys you guys weren't having a good time when it was a full stack of losses. I appreciate the fact that you guys. Like it was Sassy, Max, Nick, and yourself, and you guys are quite well. The three of them are quite good players. Log, you're
Are you just making this story up because I didn't play with Nick at all?
Was it not Nick?
No, it was Senshin. No,
Senshin. Sorry, it was Jay.
It's all good.
Sorry,
it's all good. We came up against it a bit. It's not that fucking bad, and people who are complaining about it being game breaking are just looking for something to complain about. It is not that fucking bad on consoles. It's not even an issue at all. So yeah, fuck. I mean, you know,
that's the energy. I haven't jumped in yet. I'm gonna jump in to get my light level up in Iron Banner, but what I was seeing on Twitter was like,
it's not as bad.
Installing Destiny,
it's not as bad as what people say. There are people out there, and they're the same people making the same fucking arguments every goddamn time. Yeah. But they're making the same things as saying it's broken, it needs to be removed from the game, ban this weapon, blah 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 blah. You know what? If you don't want to play, if you don't want to worry about the Lord, if you think it's so game breaking, just don't play Iron Banner.
I mean, I jumped in there. I used it for a bit. I went back to using the Recluse, which is probably silly in a way because it puts me in the firing line of it. Like it's kind of range and power. But even then, like, I don't think we ran into a single group of like more than 3 people using it. And when you know people are using it and you get killed by it once, you know exactly how they're going to play. They're basically charging at people trying to get kills with it. And at that point, you can just play a little bit differently and mop the floor with it because it's not that versatile of a weapon. Like the range on it, if you're standing in like the Warlock thing, the buff, it gets pretty nuts. It gets pretty nuts. And like, yeah, it is broken. It wholeheartedly needs attention. But fucking, it's, you know, it's one of those things where you log onto Twitter and there's people like the fucking sky is falling, and it's not that bad, man. And PC always sees the worst of this sort of shit because it's, you know, more accurate and whatnot. But I don't know. I think it's endemic of some of the people in our community and the way they approach things where, you know, like maybe it's okay. We had this conversation before Forsaken and before we started seeing the really zany exotics like Colony and shit like that, where it's okay for things to be a little bit broken. You know, like everything gets its moment in the sun. Back when Prometheus Lens was, you know, the fucking laser fest, and it was fun for a week and then it went away or whatever. I don't know. I think we've got to temper our expectations just because, you know, something's not fucking perfectly balanced for a little while. Oh, Bungie, disable it. I don't think that's going to happen. And I applaud Luke Smith for standing his ground and saying, like, this isn't the deal. This is what's going to happen. And they reward people with a fucking funny little thing out of it anyway. Yeah,
they're rewarding people with a triumph. Yeah.
Cool.
That's, you know, it's, again, yeah, it's just not the end of the world. Just have fun with it.
If you're going to go into Iron Banner and like by yourself and like not make a social event, I think that's the other thing too with Destiny is I don't notice these things as much as anyone else because I'm normally playing with 4 or 5 or 6 mates or something and we're having a laugh anyway, and then someone will go, oh, this arsehole's using nothing but Lord of Wolves, and we'll go, oh, okay, haha, whatever, and move on. And it's not like, but if you were by yourself stewing in your own defeat, getting minced by it, I understand how you would be pissed off, but I still don't think that it's worth just fucking.
Oh yeah. But we're gonna do some reading from the Destiny roundup that Shackle Shotgun does. So if you aren't following her, go follow her on Twitter, twitter.com/Shackle Shotgun. And Destiny roundup. Was it Destiny Roundup? Oh, what's the website? Hang on, let me fucking.
Is it a .net? I don't know.
DestinyRoundup.com. But from Cosmo, feedback that players want to see SRL back has been passed along. Fantastic. That's awesome. Alongside feedback that players want to be able to edit their Guardian's appearance. Okay. All right.
I think that's more important than bloody SRL, don't you reckon? We've been calling for that for fucking 5 years.
I don't know. I've really enjoyed SRL. Thank you, Eds. For our live channel, the link is in the chat, so make sure you go and check it out. From Damage on Iron Banner, I sat down with a few folks who worked on Season 7 Iron Banner yesterday, walked through the feedback that we've been seeing here and elsewhere. The quest format works for armor acquisition, but specific steps are not enjoyable. In other words, we see good feedback on how players have a direct path to earn armor, but some specific objectives, very time intensive for a single reason. Grenades are difficult objectives to complete. This step takes a very long time compared to others. Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. You're seeing a lot more people. Well, I've noticed seen a noticeable a bigger number of people using arc web grenades.
Oh.
Dude, I need to start doing that, man. They look nutty.
They really are. The quest being character.
Yeah, it should be account based. It's character based.
It is. Yeah, it should be account based. Sorry, yeah. And the Iron Banner engram now has quite a bit of loot, making it hard to get random rolls on things you care about. The Guardiancon
Swarm of the Raven.
Swarm of the Raven.
That's what everyone's gunning for.
I'd like to get a better roll on my Criminal's Dagger, actually. I fucking love that gun.
You are. Every time we go PvP and you are using that fucking thing. And I reckon you're the only person that I ever I don't think I've been killed by one, ever.
But it's just, I don't know, it feels good.
I like that. I wish Destiny was more like that, where people had their own little guns and it wasn't so meta-driven. But anyway.
I tell you what, the Ostringer, though, fucking hell. The Ostringer feels so good. Anyway, Cosmo from the Guardiancon stream, Cosmo is unsure how long it will take for players to receive their emblems for donating. There were a lot of donations. Well, $400,000 worth of donations. Yep, there's probably going to be a time. Be patient, please. Pocket Infinity likes to crash Destiny 2, so it's staying in D1. Bugger.
Yeah, that was one of the questions that was asked was, when's Pocket Infinity coming back? And they're like, they've clearly tried to bring it back when you read between the lines, and it just fucks the game. Nah.
Everyone ready to use their Pocket Infinity on Galran? Ready. Woof. Everyone crashes and dies.
Slog, Matt, left to chat. Fucking everyone's gone.
If our armor from year 2 will be usable in year 3, they're going to be slowly rolling that out over time, the same way some of the year 1 stuff comes over into year 2. If you want to look at Luke Smith's post about the Lord of Wolves, make sure you check it out on Destiny Roundup or check it out on the TWAB. Either or is fine. Thank you very much for that, Shackle. Very, very good. Keep up the good work. That's the TWAB.
That's a lot of news. That's a lot of newsage. That's one of those weeks where I was like, there's not that much to talk about. Yeah, much respect, man. Much respect for just be all over everything all the time. It's fucking impossible.
It is.
Yeah. Anyway, what a legend.
But by the way, I've just seen a recap of Deej, and I'm Sarah Daniels reading the lore, and I've decided that I'm no longer want to be a lore YouTuber, and I'm deleting my channel because it's too good, man. I can't compete with it. Have you seen this shit?
Yeah, I've seen it. I thought of you. I thought Matt's going to take this hard. We're going to need to nurse him.
Have you seen I'm Sarah Daniels reading it?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen that, but I'll have to give it a squiz. We'll open the chat. So if there's anything that's particularly pertinent to your Destiny experience or life in general, and you want some tough advice from Sloth about your life, write in now. So what else did we see through the week? I'm going to do the humane thing and put Sloth out of his misery and say the EA thing where microtransactions and loot boxes were compared to Kinder Surprise eggs. Surprise mechanics. People like surprises.
You know the best thing about that is looking at the comments and everyone just making puns like it's not a home invasion, it's a surprise visit. Shit like that.
Do you want to know what the best thing about that is? The Scottish guy that's the barrister or whatever that's questioning her when she says, "Oh, you mean we call them surprise mechanics?" He laughs. He goes, "Call them what you want."
I feel like they were much more competent at calling out bullshit than because the US went through one inquiry too, right?
Yeah, that was.
But they didn't really fucking know what was going on. Whereas I've
come to the
read on the topic. Like that's why you laugh. Like you can call them whatever you fucking want.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it, and I shook my head in disbelief. I shouldn't be shocked by this. I shouldn't be shocked. I shouldn't be
It does beg a belief that
but it's
they're
like
so fucking arrogant that they can. Oh, let's find another way to spin it. Oh, it's not a car
it's just
accident.
spin doctors
It's a sudden
spin doctors,
surprise
man.
stop. It's fine.
Like it's just pathetic. It is pathetic, and I'm sure that particular what was it, solicitor, lawyer, whatever it is that woman was or that team was, then they're just reporting to the EA heads, the people that sit around the table.
Yeah,
and
the
jerk
thing
each
is,
other off and
like,
all that sort of thing.
those
Those
people
people
put out to fucking fit
those-
pasture, mate. They were put out for a fucking slaughter.
that
They just work for the company.
the EA corporate heads and all that sort of thing. Fucking, you know what? Let's eat
They
the
should be
rich.
there.
Let's eat the rich.
It's,
quite
you know,
legitimate.
it's so fucking comforting to be able to sit here and you look at Bungie doing all the shit that they're doing right now, and I'm so into it. And like, they haven't put a step wrong. There's no looming evil fucking
that's a big
Activision
one.
over the top anymore.
That's a big one
Stuff.
that we
Oh,
didn't.
dude, shit,
cover.
yeah.
The
How the
Eververse
fuck did
changes.
we miss that?
Fuck, Jesus.
I don't know.
All right.
I've got
Where
there's no
is
one to
that
blame
even-
but Sloth.
Where is that written anyway? I remember hearing it, but
It's in the go to the news go to the news section in the. It's there.
It's
It's,
in Wolfpack, is it?
No.
Fall Eververse changes.
Yeah, it's there.
All right.
It's
Well,
there.
log fucked up the reading
Oh, no.
last week. So Maddie, you're on.
Fall Eververse. Do you want me to just read it? All right. Hi,
That's
everyone. Like we did a few weeks ago on the live stream, we're going to continue to talk about Destiny. We'll continue to evolve this fall and beyond. This update is about how we're changing Eververse. We've already made a number of changes to Eververse in Season of Opulence. We've redesigned the store. We've made bright engrams only include year one gear and have it bias heavily toward giving you items you haven't unlocked in your collections. And we're going to make more changes to the economy store and armor in this fall's patch. Armor. It stinks to go into Eververse store and see an item that looks cool. I'm not even looking at you guys because I know you're fucking making fun of me.
No, I'm not making fun of you at all. I just think it's this was one of those things where it was just peak refreshment where you're like, I mean, it's written by Luke Smith and it has written in the vein that like, yeah, we know this was shit and we're sorry.
We're sorry. It stinks to go to the Eververse store and see an item that looks cool and then seeing that item has bad perks on it. In fact, for setting up the armor, we'd twist ourselves up in knots to make sure the Eververse armor sets didn't have good perks.
Yeah, they
We did this
literally
because we want the best way to get sweet perks armor to be playing the game. Okay, not shopping for advanced hand cannon. Okay, so they're basically saying we made them have shit rolls.
Yeah,
so
we
it wasn't
made
pay to
the
win.
stuff you could buy out of Eververse have shit rolls, so the game wasn't paid
It wasn't
to win.
pay to win.
But we also resigned ourselves to the fact that the coolest looking shit was in Eververse. So the
Exactly.
coolest looking shit sucked.
The root cause dating all the way back to Destiny 1 is that Eververse armor has always had perks / gameplay capability as part of the package. Do you remember when we went to side story? Do you remember when we went to Gambit in fucking Sydney and the Activision manager was like, yeah, we'll just buy your gear.
No. Like, no. Anyway,
Doesn't
moving
work
on.
like that.
Let's not throw him under the bus.
No.
No one knows to us.
We are done with that. As of this September, all Eververse armor is being converted into universal ornaments. These universal ornaments can be applied to all of the legendary armor sets we're releasing this fall. They override the look of your equipped gear while preserving the perks, mods, and stats of the original item. Can we have applause, please?
So
Claps in
basically, Log, you don't need to look for your prodigal.
Yeah, well, I'm going to
You
need
don't
to
need
look for the prodigal helmet because it's not an ornament. But the thing that it will completely alleviate is looking like you rolled through a fucking Goodwill bin when you're trying to level your gear up, right? Like we all know that feeling of like look at these fucking, the arms are this big, you've got a green fucking chest plate on, your legs are white, you've got a red mark, you know, like your helmet's fucking blue. You look like just someone put together some kind of Lego figure wrong. It alleviates that completely.
I'll tell you what though. I was like, speaking of looks of armor, I've got the entire Crown of Sorrows raid set for Titan. People might be talking shit about it, how it looks like duck arms and all that sort of thing. I reckon the armor looks really nice.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I ground out the Iron Banner Wolf arms because I wanted them back. And we'll get to this in a minute. This is my fucking one bugbear with armor at the moment. But I do agree, Slothy. But yeah, with the wolf arms, I unlocked them. And the fucking wolves themselves, they don't fucking change color with shaders. They're always gold. That's the one thing that, ruins it.
I love the Titan Crown of Sorrows armor because it's got the big fuck off chain, like the ones that you wear so you know where to stop shaving. It's fucking fantastic.
Around the neck, yeah.
All right.
But the Eververse changes Eververse changes are really nice. Yeah, go on, mate.
I don't know how much is left. I'll just keep reading. Any Eververse armor you have acquired in your collections will have its universal ornaments automatically unlocked for use on new legendary armor. For example, if the song in your heart is to have your Titan roll with the 2018 Tin Man-esque Festival of the Lost helmet, you can put it on any of the new legendary armors coming to the game this fall. And then there's some stuff about Bright Dust. We want to hear about that too. And this
it's basically saying dismantle everything to get your Bright Dust. That's it. But I mean, it is changing, so it's worth reading. Sorry, man.
Yeah, but it's go for it, man.
Historically, the best way to earn Bright Dust in Destiny 2 has been to buy a bunch of Bright Engrams, shard everything from the Engram, build a giant bankroll of Bright Dust, and then spend it when the Warlock Diarm Kara helmet shows up, the Bright Dust row, the last week of the season. We're going to change this fall. We're changing the Bright Dust from a pay and or play to earn currency to a play to earn reward. We're adding Bright Dust as a reward for completing Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit bounties. We want all players to earn dust for playing, not for spending money and destroying a bunch of items in their inventory. After you complete all your bounties for the week, there will be an additional avenue to keep grinding out Bright Dust. Holy shit, that's big.
I know. It's a literal step away from forcing people into microtransactions.
This is going to bring so many people back.
Yep.
This is going to bring a lot of people back to what they felt in Destiny 1.
The question remains of how much Fred Durst makes a fucking appearance. Bright Dust are you going to actually earn, like, from doing activities? It's like everything costs 5,000 Bright Dust and you get 3 per Crucible game. It's still, but it's better than nothing, right?
It's also been pretty uncool to go to the collection screen and spend Bright Dust to get shaders or ghost shells or whatever. We're going to fix that too. Beginning September 17th, Eververse items in your collections will cost Glimmer and Legendary Shards. If you want to keep pulling out the exotic Sparrow that looks like a motorcycle until you get the good Sparrow perk, Instant Summon, you can do that with the Legendary Shards and Glimmer. Nice. Cool.
That's really good. That's really.
So you don't have to use Bright Dust to repurchase your Eververse collection, basically.
But this is the thing. These changes that Bungie are making at the moment are just like, a lot of the changes aren't coming until September. But I don't think we even spoke about this the other week. Well, it was a while ago now, but now Banshee has bounties for
enhancement cores
and shit. Like
I'm embarrassed. I didn't know that he had that for quite a while.
No, I did. But this is the thing. No one spoke about it. Well, we didn't speak about it. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. That's really cool.
You've been able to get them through the Hawthorne bounties for a while, in a pretty reasonable number each week. So I had a bit of a stockpile coming into this season, so it wasn't particularly pertinent for me personally. But it's to draw a line straight through everything that we've read on this front is that they've basically taken the most consumer-friendly approach they possibly can in just about every front. Here's a way to make sure that you get the value out of the appearance of things that come from Eververse without us having to give it crap rolls to make it so the game's not pay to win. So they've removed They've removed the fact that the only way to get Glimmer is by purchasing shit. You know, like I think
it's so like
it's refreshing.
I just imagine there always being meetings between Activision and Bungie, and Activision always been like, so how do we make money? And now it's just like Bungie's like, this is the right thing to do for the community, and the way we make money is by making players fucking happy.
Yeah.
And keeping them around. And I guarantee it's already going to be a massive success. It's already picking up. We reached was that this week? 1 million concurrent players, which hasn't happened in forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it hasn't happened in quite a while. Right. People are starting to come back. And can you imagine what's going to happen when the fucking base game is free to play? You know, like that's where we're headed. And it's
and just wait till they add fucking cross play.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, I don't think we're going to see that this year. But it definitely, reading between the lines, I mean, they said basically it's not a 2019 thing, but reading between the lines, it doesn't sound like it's that far away either. And they're talking about it for Destiny 2.
What was said about D3? When did that happen?
I don't think anything's been said about D3.
No, I think we did get something.
Well, we should have written it down on a piece of paper, you motherfucker.
Regardless, like all these changes are really good. It's very consumer friendly, and when they bring people back, the more people play and the more people are talking about it, the more people talking about it, the better the game is. This is something that you coined in the first 10 or so episodes of this podcast, Log, and something that you'd been saying prior to that for a very long time. I want Bungie to make the best Destiny that they can make. And you know what? Since they've come out of the shadow of Activision, they are looking to make the best Destiny that they can make. Not the most money, but the best game that they can make for the community.
I think, look, and I want to touch this on another front too. A lot of my concern with them going out on their own was never about what Destiny the game was going to do. It was always about how are they going to manage to retain the level of presence and all of that without the big Activision machine, sort of marketing machine pushing Destiny along. But I think now that we're kind of out of that, they've harnessed the one thing that is probably more powerful than a giant marketing machine, and that is word of mouth.
Themselves.
Yeah, like literally... Yeah, we are the marketing machine now. Like, how many people are you going to talk into trying Destiny when it's fucking free?
Well, that's the thing. Bungie's always understood the power of community. That's one of the things they've always had right, is they've always understood that YouTubers, streamers, it is always in their best interest to work with them because they provide free marketing. And I think they just double down on that with making everyone happy as we go in. But it's not just that. It's not like this, we better make the streamers happy. It's like, it's also that this is what people want as well.
Well, that's the thing. That's another thing. And I think this is where a lot of the echo chambering that comes in on Twitter and the forums and all that sort of thing. X streamer said this. X streamer said that. X streamer said this on Twitter and gets 4,000 retweets and 50,000 likes because people are like, they're big and they agree with it and all that sort of thing. Marketing can go both ways, and they really need to be careful with that too.
Yeah. Hey, just to finish off this, the end of this, because I just saw some comments in chat about. A Log sort of said it, but just to re-emphasize, once the fall update comes in, when you dismantle Eververse stuff, you're only going to get legendary shards back. So what you need to do now is dismantle all of your Eververse stuff, so you get bright dust. You have a big wad of bright dust, because once we transition to Shadowkeep, when you dismantle your Eververse stuff, it's going to become legendary shards.
Yeah, and that stuff is going to be sitting in there as an ornament anyway, right? So
exactly.
You don't need to stress about it.
Once you've unlocked it on your collections, it'll be part of the ornament. I've legitimately just had a brain blank. So you're fine, mate. No, the other thing, and I think I've touched on, I can't remember if I touched on this on the podcast or not, but this is PC only. When we move to Steam, I am fearful that because Destiny is free, there'll be a lot more people not doing the end game content, but in Crucible and all that sort of thing, mainly in Crucible, who are hacking, scripting, blah, 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 blah. Because
that's a fucking perspective I haven't thought of yet. Yeah.
Well, because it's free and Steam's anti-cheat is, I mean, it's not very good. Like VAC is not very good. Obviously, there are things like BattleEye and all that sort of thing, and BattleEye is quite good and used fairly universally with games on Steam. But I am fearful because BattleNet has some of the best anti-cheat in the video game industry.
Wouldn't it for a large part be built into the coding of Destiny though? Like, is it all sitting aside? Like, I don't understand the way those systems work. So
I don't know if there's I don't know if it's built for built in as a plugin for the game, or whether it's built in for the code or anything like that. But that being said, I like a lot of new players are going to be. They might be put off by the mere amount of people hacking that won't buy the new content, but do step into Crucible and all that sort of thing, and
be interesting.
Yeah. It's going to be rough.
That's my fear.
Every free to play game has this issue, and it needs to be basically increase resources dedicated to systems to prevent
and IP banning.
It's IP banning, IP banning, hardware banning. I don't know. I don't think any of us know how to do that. They do monitor, like as Ed said in the chat, Bungie already do monitor a lot of metrics, but yeah,
I don't know. Maybe this is the kick that's going to sort of come along, because like they do their big bandhammer passes. Sorry, where they'll go through and there'll be a whole heap of people get fed and banned and all that sort of shit, but. It's been one of those things for a long time where people are always, it feels like people are always, especially when it was trials, oh, these dudes are hacking, these people are DDoSing, these people are this, these people are that.
Yeah.
And it's as prevalent now as it's ever been. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that we should move to a dedicated servers model. Do I think it would help a lot of that stuff? Yeah, probably, because
dedicated servers, I don't think that would do very much in the grand scheme.
Yeah,
of things,
but I mean, you're not using peer-to-peer connections, and you wouldn't be able to get people's fucking information as readily. That's all I'm getting at.
That will help. That will help out. But from what I understand, when it comes to dedicated servers, like dedicated servers are definitely better for connection, but peer-to-peer networking, it's not very good anyway. But dedicated servers aren't going to be the be-all end-all fix that people are looking for, that people think that they are. Yep. That being said, come September 17th, it's all going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be good.
Yeah, we don't mean to get all doom and gloom. We just we kind of balance it out.
Do you know the only interesting thing about banning players in Destiny is if they're having to make fresh accounts, they're not going to have exotics. So it's like, you could be hacking, but like right now, if you don't have Lord of Wolves, like I don't know how much it fucking helps out.
It depends what the hacks are. If they're using full-blown aimbots and shit. Like there are times when I get fucking absolutely blitzed in the Crucible, and I kind of sit there and have that moment of like, fuck that. Like this guy has domed me 5 times and I have been, there've been insane shots. And I just give people the benefit of the doubt, but fuck, I reckon there's a little bit of it goes on already.
You'll know.
Yeah, where it's just crack.
The other thing as well, now that it's going to Steam, now this is one that a lot of people were not really too fond of when Destiny 2 came out, is that they banned overlays. You couldn't use an overlay. You couldn't use
Discord overlays
or anything like that. You couldn't use that. So in OBS, if you guys are familiar with OBS, the streaming system OBS, you've got display capture, window capture, and game capture. game capture you couldn't use. Like you couldn't use game capture with Destiny 2. It wouldn't pick it up. It would just be black screen.
Yeah.
You could if you were using a dual PC setup, but anyway, you can't use overlays.
There was a couple
Destiny
programs.
2.
I think Nvidia was allowed, or one of the other.
Nvidia
ones.
was allowed, yes.
Yeah.
But there was no. You couldn't use overlays because overlays. A lot of hacking tools apparently use overlays. I don't know much about it because I hack because. Anyway,
you're not a fuckwit. Anyway, moving on.
Well, I am, but that's beside the point.
Different kind of fuckwit. Yeah.
Right. Okay, now I get you. But now that it's going to Steam, will they disable that to use the Steam overlay? Because the Steam overlay is how they that's how you invite friends to games. That's how you. That's where the social part of Steam is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I wonder if that's going to make more batch.
Destiny handles a lot of that shit in house already, though.
It does. I don't know.
It'd be interesting one way or another.
It would be interesting to see, regardless.
I'd like to be able to get a Discord overlay. I'd really like, like where you get the little things that pop up and you can, because some of the things that get said in my streams are fucking horrific, and I want the people that say them to be held accountable. And I think that that's important, like maybe it's only by a little fucking thing, but if you hear some of the shit that Chook or Sench or whoever, your fucking mate, Matt, is the worst.
Ascension.
Jay.
Yeah.
He's a fucking legend, but Jesus Christ, gets loose.
Some of the stuff, listen, if Ascension ever, like got, now, we don't condone drug or alcohol use here on the podcast, but if he ever smoked an entire bowl of weed or anything like that, he would be the best person to hang out, because I have never, ever heard anyone who is completely sober say some of the things that he said. He's like, not that they're bad, but they're just like, think r/shower thoughts. And he puts that thoughts into words, and it is fantastic. And if he ever went and smoked a bowl, my God, that'd be amazing.
Let's not drugs down under. It's not happening. Okay?
Yeah, drugs down under. Butters is correct. You can use a Discord overlay for OBS. I can't use it. I can't use it because I use Mozilla. But like if you use Chrome, that.
You use Firefox.
So anyway, like it.
Ew.
Yeah, I do. Because listen, I don't want my entire computer, my entire 64 gigs of memory, to be used up by 3 tabs of Chrome. Fuck that.
Get a better computer.
So, you buying?
No. Anyway, moving on.
Prick.
Senchu's here. There he is.
I mean, that's also a reference point as well, Treedan, is that I wonder how many people will actually use the Stadia for D2. I would like to see if there are any sort of pre-order numbers out there. I would like to see. I'm 100%
going to try it. I'm
going to give it a paddle.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I'll give it a go, but at the same time,
because you have to pay for access, yeah.
Yeah,
you do have to pay for access.
I think it's like a subscription, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you probably
a subscription service or something like that. Yeah,
I believe so.
I mean, it's free real estate.
You got me. Good job.
Guys, if you have any questions, queries, or doubtful points in the chat or anything that we've covered off, please let us know. I reckon September though. Like I'm casting some. Not casting. I'm guessing now that there will be more PvP maps come September. There'll be more maps.
There's going to have to be.
There'll be more modes. I would like to see Rift make a return, please.
Yep. That'd be nice. I think that they've played their cards pretty close to their chest on the PvP front. And I expect it coming closer to Shadowkeep's actual release, we'll see a bit more of a focus on that, because they're definitely going to have to address it, because there's no denying that it's been left sort of kind of on the shelf pretty hard over the last year. So we'll be a year by that point. So definitely. But yeah, I mean, fuck, good.
Well, I mean, do you guys think, like, I know a lot of people, especially in the Guardiancon stream, people were screaming for trials and all that sort of thing. I wasn't in the stream, but I can only imagine that people would have been spamming that shit. But Do you reckon Trials will make a return at the release of Shadowkeep, or will it be a
No.
2020 release?
No, they already
Or
said
later.
that during their announcement. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember exactly, but Dado asked the Trials question
Yeah, and
during
it was,
their
yeah.
and
I
it
know,
was
it was
and
kind of an answer to the
they
effect
would've
that it
con- I
wasn't
think they
it
would've-
wasn't conducive to where they are right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think, look, I really don't know about what they need to do about Crucible. I honestly, I think right now they're focusing on all these other aspects, which is unfortunate for the Crucible player base, like the cross saves and the Eververse changes, and they're putting a lot of resources into a lot of other areas. I think they feel like they need to fix as an experience, and Crucible's probably in the real fucking hard basket right now. And
It is,
bang for your buck in regards to like showing that they're making changes post Activision. The stuff they're doing right now is uber effective in increasing the player base. And I think, they're looking at how to spend those resources. Bang for your buck stuff, cross save, Eververse changes. They're really impactful things that they can do to show that they're a good company. And unfortunately, I think Crucible's been put on the back burner because it is a really tough problem to solve.
I think Hammer. How you doing, man? Welcome. Thank you for watching the stream. I saw a couple of tweets this morning when I was down the shops waiting for the girls to finish doing whatever they were doing, and Nem Plays reckons that Necrochasm might make a return. I would like to see Necrochasm make a return and that entire quest line make a return with some D2-esque, be D2ified, so to speak, and have that quest come back and actually have it mean something. That'd be nice. I reckon Necrochasm could make a return in Shadowkeep.
It'd be good to have a decent exotic auto rifle.
Yeah, Suros is pretty good, but it's not. I don't know. I kind of. Part of me wants to see a meta shift, like a big one in that respect, like autos and fucking scout rifles be really powerful and pulse rifles get put hard on the shelf for a little while. I think it needs a juggle.
I don't.
Do we have exotic scout rifles?
Mida.
Yeah, Mida. Jade
Rabbit.
Oh yeah.
I've got a feeling we're forgetting one, but I don't know. Anyway.
From the Monkey King, I think they need to do more work on Crucible for any other kind of competitive mode like Trials to be as popular as it used to be. I think if Trials returned as it was in D1, it wouldn't be as well received as it used to be. The competitive shooter landscape changed a lot in the past few years. Yeah, true. Valid points, mate. Valid points. The people are looking at Trials with rose-colored glasses. That's what a lot of people. A lot of people look at it with rose-colored glasses. They just don't realize that it may not have a place. That 3v3 Trials playstyle may not have a place on the maps that we have currently.
I do see the excitement of having to go flawless. Like I get that aspect of it, of having to complete so many matches in a row flawlessly to get the best gear. It's such a PvP flex on other people, right? Like it has that element to it where it's like you really do feel like you deserve to be there when you get that gear. And so I definitely feel that aspect of it. And when you're on your last match to go flawless, like it's so much tension.
I think that's what people miss.
I hope they can take that concept and put it into the game somehow. Because I think you get that in PvE with raids, right? If you're on a really tough boss, you get that.
Yeah.
All right, this is the last damage phase. No one fuck up. Like, it's racing. Have at 'em, boys. Have at 'em, boys. And I don't think PvP players get that rush at the moment. They don't have a mode that gives them that rush.
I think it's kind of it's inextricably tied to elimination, right? Like the way things are scored in comp for the most part now. Like you just have clash games or control games, or I can't even remember the name of the mode. But there's the one where you've got so many lives, but you never really find yourself in a situation where you you've got that opportunity to, like some of the things that we saw Sassy do in D1, where 2 of us were dead,
come back.
and he's on
Yeah.
3 people, and he just finds a way to fucking turn it on its head because he's a gun.
Yeah.
And we'd go like, I don't even know how the fuck he did it, but you know, there's that genuine hero moment where in D2, I don't really, you know, I still play with him literally every week. So, but I don't recall a recent example of that at all. So I think that's kind of the thing, that if they can bring that back effectively, no matter how or what shape the game mode takes, I think that's ultimately that thing that people want, right? They want that thing, and they want it to be tied to something that is a bit of a flex. You're right, Matt, in terms of like I can go flawlessly through this without even a loss to then get to the lighthouse. I like that. I mean, it's not for me particularly. I'm not that kind of. I'm not a sweat machine. That's should be immediately apparent. If this is the first episode of this shit you've ever listened to, I'm average. Fuck.
You really are.
Sloth says that like he's not even marginally worse, but he is. It's fine.
I am legitimately worse. It's fine, but I also like giving his shit.
That's good.
From
honest.
From Ascension, will the Dreadnought make an appearance in Shadow? Possibly.
Like an actual visitable appearance, or will it be like? I mean, it could make it appear. It could be in the. I mean, I guess it'd be it need to be moved to be in the skybox of it, or could there be a bit of a cutscene on the Dreadnought? I don't know.
Well, haven't we? What was the very end cutscene of Destiny 2? Haven't we followed where the Traveler's Light goes out?
That is actually
the
a fucking good
Traveler's
point.
Light, but it has gone out, but that doesn't mean that we're going to see anything on the Dreadnought. But it is a space that they haven't used again. And you know what? I would love to see them use it again, because it was a great space. It was a really, really good space.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree with things like this in when I'm being nostalgic, but when Ninja was on and we had that really good conversation about bringing back old assets, I'd rather them make new shit than spend the same amount of time remaking old shit. So
yeah, I would rather see Savathun's Throne World.
Yeah, maybe Savathun's got like a Dreadnought, but it's made out of glass and it's different. Fuck, this is why I'm not writing the law.
I'll tell you what.
Just imagine a fucking glass spaceship. That's great. You can see Savathun taking a dump through the wall. How horrible. Right.
I do want an ice planet. Someone just said I want to see in Enceladus. I do want an ice snow planet. I think that would be really cool.
I really thought we were going to get that sort of with all the Deepstone Crypt stuff, and I really thought that we were going to get to a place where what's the name of what body is that on? Did we work that out?
Deepstone Crypt. Well, I think
Deepstone Crypt is on one of the moons of Saturn.
Yeah, I think that was Enceladus. That was that message, wasn't it?
Yeah, right.
It's on Enceladus.
And it's snowy kind of. We've not really seen that in Destiny.
We saw it on Mars with Warmind.
There's some snow on Mars, but it's
the ice caverns and stuff. But it's not.
Yeah.
The first mission of Rise of Iron. Snowing.
That was good.
I mean, it's a very specific spot. I don't know that we ever went back.
It is a very specific spot, but that would be cool, wouldn't it? Like a completely like an ice planet.
Like an impressive, I never felt them. Yeah. All the best spaces are like, you really feel vulnerable or small, like the Dreadnought, you're like, this is an alien hive world. Or you go into onto the moon and you like go through the hellmouth, you're like, yeah, we're out of our depth here. It'd be nice to have a big open area, like it's snowing. You're like, fuck, blizzards.
You can't walk off the path because you just get blizzarded to death.
I mean, like environmental hazards, just being so cold that your armor can't protect you.
Yeah, imagine just dying.
Yeah, there's Sloth. He's just a fucking frozen fucking icicle.
I got plenty of beef on me.
Imagine Guardians freezing and you go up and punch them and they'll just shatter.
Yeah, well, it's no more morbid than punching crystals with their souls in them, so fair enough. I don't know, right? But here we go. We'll ask one question and then we'll fucking close the joint out. But if there's one place, we'll call it within our solar system, where would you like to see pop up on the director come, maybe not Shadowkeep because it's clearly going to be on the moon, but where would you like to visit? And don't say Uranus just because you're all base level fucking idiots. And I know that half of you had already typed that out.
I would
level
like to,
idiot.
It was the first thing that I thought of. That's why I said it.
I'd like to go to Pluto.
It's still a planet.
At
least to me.
Well, it's part. Is it part of the fucking solar system?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Europa. So yeah, Pluto.
Europa,
I'd love to go to Pluto.
Pluto. There you go. We're all going on a long haul trip all the way out to Pluto.
Why does everyone love Pluto? What's so special about Pluto?
Well, that's where the Mass Effect relays are hidden.
Oh.
That's it's a good Pluto pup's a good food, and Pluto was Mickey Mouse's dog, wasn't he? Or Goofy's dog or someone.
Yeah. No, it's just
and so
people are saying Neptune. We've been to Venus and we've been to the sun, sort of.
We haven't been to the sun. We've been close.
No, I know.
I don't think there's much to do on the sun, given that literally when we were on the bloody, what's that spaceship called? We just got aggressively sunburnt when we went out there. Shit. The Australia
step
moment.
outside and you step off the plane in fucking North Queensland.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, no, that's yeah. I reckon. Yeah. What about you, Matt? Where would you like to go? Enceladus, but in Enceladus.
Yeah. I would like to see the whatever ice planet the Drifter went to that met the that had the big monolith alien structures and the darkness creatures. Gamma Trap is still one of my favorite pieces. He drew, like, I asked him to draw that, and he's drawn this shadowy creature encased in ice, going through this cavern. I really love that kind of imagery. I think it makes me think of Star Wars. What episode was he going through the ice? He used to sleep inside his little fucking
when Empire Strikes Back. Yeah,
I don't know why.
Sleeps inside the Tauntaun.
Yeah, it just gives me those feels, and I would love for these big alien monolithic structures and some dark creatures. I think that would be really cool.
I think so, and it ties in with that. Like, is it the Thing that's where they're in the frozen station and there's the alien?
That kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking.
That and Blood on Ice is literally the scariest fucking thing you can ever, because it's such stark contrast. I'm with Matt. I'm gonna totally steal his answer, and that's my answer as well. I didn't have a particularly good one.
Base level idiot.
So you don't want the glass. You don't want the glass Leviathan anymore.
No, I'm off that. The glass dreadnought of Savathunus. The dream has been shattered. Actually, I'd like to go in Uranus. Let's go. All right, signing off. I'm allowed to say it. I'm a base level idiot. It's my fucking show. All right, wrap it up, Slothy. We're gonna do an uplifting outro this week.
Can we just talk about how long we laughed after the last episode?
I mean,
I feel like we all needed to laugh for some reason.
Context.
Maybe it's been a stressful week. We fucking giggled for like 15 minutes after Sloth sign off.
Go fuck yourself.
Just this super nice, super caring, and it ends with "Go fuck yourself."
It would have been a solid 10 minutes of no words being said and all of us just killed over. I'm like, I don't know. It's one of those moments where I'm like, some weeks it's easy to do this than others when there's more shit to be excited about or whatever. But last week there was so much to be excited about with all of the Shadowkeep stuff, and then it was the week to remind ourselves why we do this thing that we do, and we have been for so long, and we'll continue to do so. But fucking hell. All right, go, Slothy. I'm going to play some happy music. We know you've had a good night's sleep. Let's go. You can be uplifting.
Yeah, long fucking sleep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that follow button or the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If we've said anything or missed anything in the last couple of weeks and you feel like you want to let us know in the comment section below. And that's really fucking loud.
Just rise to the challenge. Come on, mate.
So to our audio-only listeners, thank you very much for your continued patronage. It's pretty fucking awesome that you guys listen to us all the time. And if you have any questions, queries, doubtful points, let us know on Twitter at DDU_podcast, at LogPowerSlave, Mylan Games, at Realtime Sloth. I can't really, it's.
Don't force it. Don't force it.
Yeah, you
No,
can't.
I
No.
don't really want to force it. I mean, I could
Don't
just
force
tell you, oh, you're a bunch of cunts and piss off. But that's just.
No,
I mean, that's you can't really make
Nah,
lightning strike
I-
twice. So
yeah. It will come.
I'm just
to you.
gonna
We'll
say-
have another sign off. It might take another 150 episodes, but we'll get another sign off. That's amazing.
Yeah. So what I might do is I call your mum and
Yeah,
watch
right,
the
so-
Origin tomorrow.
Yeah, go the Blues. Go the Blues.
Fuck the Blues.
Matt's got no dog in the fight.
Listen,
All right, you piss ants. Have a good week. I'll catch you next time.
He's off.
Listen.
Right, Matt, what do you got? What do you got?
the law will find you, but it's not called law. It's called surprised knowledge.
And you have to read it when you're not expecting to have to read it.
It's called surprise knowledge. All right, see ya.
Bye.
Yeah.